Why buying a home at an auction is much different than buying a home traditionally with a realtor. First off, just looking at the property. Usually your realtor can schedule a time that works for you and that works for the sellers, and you can do it anytime during the week or weekend. On the other hand, if you're buying it at an auction, usually there are only open houses on most likely a Saturday for about 3 hours, and they might do that for 1, 2, or 4 Saturdays in a row, and then you can walk through the home right before the auction starts. Writing an offer is entirely different. When you're writing an offer, you have all these different terms that you, the buyer, can select and can protect you in the home buying process, like a mortgage contingency, appraisal contingency, inspections, everything like that is what the buyer decides when making an offer. Now, an auction agreement is totally different. They have almost all the details figured out already. Really, price is the only thing that's not figured out yet. They already have the settlement date in mind. Maybe you can settle sooner than that, but rarely can you go past that point. There's no other protections that you can put in, like appraisal contingency or mortgage contingency. You just better have the cash or can qualify for the mortgage to be able to purchase the property. Depending on the market that you're in, when you're a buyer, you usually have the upper hand. But if you're in a seller's market, you may have to compete against other offers when you're buying it traditionally. Well, in every auction circumstance, there's always going to be multiple parties. And if it's a seller's market, the number of parties that are there at the auction is intense. And usually it reflects that in the purchase price. If you're buying a home at auction, you can't do any inspections once you're under contract. You have to do them ahead of time at one of the open houses, which is very different when purchasing with a realtor because you only do those inspections once you're officially under contract. That way you're not spending hundreds of dollars on a home inspection and you don't even get the home because you lose in the auction bid. The money that you need to put down is also very different. At an auction house, if you win the bid, the prices can range from $10,000 to $50,000, or they go off percentage, usually about 10% of the purchase price. When working with a realtor, you can write in any dollar amount. Typically, I tell my clients to put 2 to 3% of the purchase price, and that money gets held in escrow, essentially waiting for settlement to happen. And if there's a protected manner, you can get that money back. In an auction situation, that money typically goes right to the seller. If you're doing a mortgage on an auction, if it appraises way below the purchase price, you are expected to cover it. And if you can't, then you have to terminate and you lose out on that money that you put down first. If you have appraisal contingency when buying with a realtor, that money is protected. And if you do terminate, you can get that money back if you follow the right terms. Follow for all things real estate.